it's my birthday, and yeah.
Hey dolls, I am fuming mad today because people are all over Twitter canceling my girl Dixie D'Amelio. I'm honestly worried that Dixie might totally be over after all that's happening. So, I am here today to spill all the tea I know so that you can decide whether you want to stand by me and my girl Dixie or if you want to join the Twitter bandwagon. So, let's get into why Dixie D'Amelio is totally over after what's happened. But before that, a simpler reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Okay, so if you're wondering what exactly happened for Dixie to get canceled like this, it's because our girl decided to have her birthday in the middle of a freaking global health situation. Dixie was born on August 12th, 2001, so she just turned 19 quite recently. Unfortunately for our girl, we're all dealing with a global health situation, which is like the biggest killjoy of all. I don't know about you dolls, but I feel like my entire life has been upended because I can't even go out shopping or meet my friends for brunch for months now. I know, it's so sad. But I guess when you're a huge influencer and a D'Amelio at that, those social distancing protocols and quarantine measures don't really apply. Wait, what? Yes, you heard it right. Dixie had a huge birthday party a few weeks back, and she even posted a vlog about it on her YouTube channel. I'm sorry, dolls. I love Dixie and all, but even I cringed while watching that video. I mean, none of her guests wore any masks or stayed 6 feet away from each other while partying hard, so can you imagine what could happen if, God forbid, one of them actually is sick? I don't even want to imagine. But how can I not, you guys, when I freaking saw Benjamin Kix show up to that party without a mask to give Dixie his gift, a pair of amazing shoes, if I may just say, but I digress. My point is, Kix traveled all around the country just to find his perfect gift. So shouldn't he have quarantined first for 14 days? I swear to you dolls, I had to look away every time two people hugged or kissed each other on the cheeks during Dixie's birthday. It was super gross. You know what, dolls? I'm finding it harder and harder to defend Dixie at this point. But honestly, I expected more from her. It's not like I don't want her to celebrate her birthday at all, because she definitely deserves to be happy on her special day. And Charli always gets the better, more colorful parties. But this is too much. Nobody wants to be stuck inside their house on their birthday, but what can we do if there's a freaking global health situation going on? Right, loves? Okay, full disclosure, I've known for quite a while that the D'Amelios are still planning on celebrating Dixie's birthday, come hell or high water. Mark and Charli have been tweeting nonstop about this surprise that they were planning for Dixie. They even called Dixie out for trying to snoop into their prep meetings. And at one point, their dad said Dixie should leave them alone and stay out of the house a bit. Isn't that the exact opposite of what we're supposed to do when a super contagious illness is just all around? But okay. I thought that maybe that was just a joke, you know, dolls? I thought that this family had good enough sense to just keep it intimate, even just for this year, because, duh, it's kinda insensitive to people who can't even travel to be with their family because of restrictions and all. But wow, I think this is a new low for the D'Amelios. The house was brimming with people for Dixie's birthday, and I kinda don't care if it happened at the D'Amelios' house or at Hype House, because I'm pretty sure there are people who aren't living together who interacted at that party without face masks on. I hate to bring this up because it's such a bummer, but there is a girl on Dixie's Twitter replies right now feeling betrayed because she can't even fly to her grandmother's send-off party because of restrictions. But here goes Dixie, living her best life without fear of retribution or punishment. So, what do you think, dolls? Is it fair for Dixie to have a birthday party in the middle of a global health situation? Or do you think the people canceling her right now do have a point and Dixie should just apologize? Ugh, I'm so torn and heartbroken right now. I always thought being a Dixie stan meant I never have to worry about these issues because she's such a good girl who never gets into trouble, but I guess you just never know what people are capable of doing, dolls. Just to be clear, I feel like I have to say that I'm only ever saying this because I love our girl Dixie, and I believe that the best way to stand someone is to call them out when they're not being good role models. Right, dolls? So for those of you who are so willing to crucify Dixie for this one teeny mistake she made, I think a little history lesson is in order. Right off the bat, let me tell you dolls that this is not, I repeat, not the first time that TikTok stars got called out because of their inappropriate behavior during the global health situation. Both the Sway and Hype House members came under fire on social media because of throwing huge parties amid the global health situation. I mean, it's all fun and games, but my god, how irresponsible can they get? Just like in Dixie's party, guests of both parties did not even bother wearing masks or maintain social distancing, but they were kind of worse off, given the fact that there were just too many people in the Sway and Hype party. First, the Hype House party. Against all odds, social media biggies like James Charles, Nikita Dragun, Tana Mongeau, and yes, siblings Dixie and Charli D'Amelio were all invited to join the celebration of Hype House member Larry Merritt. If you see the photos, it's absolutely unacceptable. A mere facepalm would not suffice. All these so-called adults and teens were acting as if we're not in weird times. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but California is not free from the global health situation yet, so there is no reason to rejoice. It's even currently a hotspot. But they did it anyways, complete with party lights, dancing, and booze. Take note, Dixie was there, which meant she clearly still did not understand the impact of her actions the first time around. But that's not all. Over at the Sway House, things were also swinging in mid-August after Bryce Hall celebrated his 21st birthday with the group. However, LA authorities finally had enough because it wasn't even Sway House's first violation and proceeded to cut off their power supply for the night. And OMG dolls, I just got word that Sway House members Bryce Hall and Blake Gray might soon be roomies. In jail for that irresponsible birthday bash. You got that right, dolls. Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fewer charged the two boys with not just causing a public nuisance, but also with violating local emergency orders during the global health situation. This is serious, you guys. If they get convicted, well, let's just say it's going to be the end of their careers as we know it. But seriously though, who would in their right minds invite over 100 people to a party during a time when just a simple cough or sneeze could result in a respiratory disease so terrible that it could actually kill an infected person? The good news is, most of them already apologized for the separate incidents. Hype House founder Thomas Petrou took responsibility over the parties on his home front. He said that the TikTok collective won't get shut down for this because they've already been coordinating with the government and whatnot to ensure that this won't be happening again. Sway House, on the other hand, probably would get a wake-up call now that Bryce and Blake will be put behind bars for quote-unquote turning their house into a nightclub in the hills. But some people, by the name of Jake Paul, won't be deterred by this issue. Despite two Sway House members already charged for throwing large parties, Logan Paul's younger brother stood firm and vowed to fight for his right to party. Now, I wonder why he has not yet been charged, especially since he also frequently threw parties as early as July. But hey, I'm not the police, so I'll leave it at that. Seriously though, I think it's time to unstand. Still, it is pretty concerning that a lot of social media influencers, whether they got famous from TikTok or not, don't understand how big of a deal these transgressions are. I mean, aside from the fact that they could lead to the further spread of the global health situation, as role models, their behavior could obviously influence how other people, teens and young adults, behave during this time. We should all be responsible members of society, and we shouldn't be doing things just for clout. I mean, Charli D'Amelio even launched the Distance Dance Challenge with P&G back in April to promote proper health protocols and all that. But then she goes out to party with the rest of them. And oops, it sounds like Dixie isn't the only one who should be totally over, but everyone who participated in those ignorant, crazy, and totally unnecessary parties. That's all I have for today. Take care, all of you. Wear proper face masks, observe social distancing, and be safe. See you again real soon. Toodles.